Coming up in today's show.
Here in Ireland, because they're not understanding climate, they're not understanding the land they're buying, they're not understanding the department rules, regulations and all that goes with it. And the fucking expensive video showing I was literally fitting a tyre and I wasn't sitting on the couch like I was accused by some people, you know.
I'm coming to the conclusion that the real rebellion looks like not needing
I don't know. He said something about, he said you never feed two dogs in two different sized bowls.
Yeah, they get jealous.
Because he said the dog with the big bowl full of nuts will still think that the little bowl has more nuts because it looks fuller.
Yeah, he'll realise it. And that's it.
Yeah.
Any disagreements?
No, but like, you know, I suppose. But anyway, I must have had an egg that was getting through, like.
Yes.
I cracked it for the cat, never looked, just literally cracked like that in the bowl. And next thing, the fucking nostrils blew off me like I was after sniffing.
Not all superheroes wears capes. Some wear wellies. Wellies.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the James Conway Experience. Months ago, we started on this wonderful journey with a wonderful man, and we've brought him back again. And tomorrow we're going to... Where are we going tomorrow?
We're going to Ahamore, to
We're
the
going to
Vintage Show.
Ahamore. Mr. Longacre, Maurice Fitz AKA, you're very, very welcome.
It's great to be back with you, lads.
Thanks very much.
We got off to a good start that time.
Got off to a good start, and it's gone great since.
Yeah.
And in no small measure, thank you to yourself for the sharing.
You have to
and
bring the weird
promoting.
and the wonderful into it. And that's
Well, we're
the-
certainly weird.
That's a fact.
You weren't in Dublin today, you rotten bastard.
Well, like, hey, if you owed, you know, the co-op, the credit union, and all these other things, and then the boss won't give you a day off, what do you do?
Well, you go to work, so you do.
You have no choice.
I made an awful statement there about the protest, and I wish to on tonight's show say I stand by it. Fuck the whole lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
You can march up and down any fucking ways you like. I don't care anymore. 5 years ago, when you were needed, there was none of you to be seen, and that's that. So today, I wasn't in Dublin at the protest. I was above in my garden, weeding and planting turnips and carrots, and ye should be too, because the World Economic Forum is going to starve the whole lot of us. And it's coming closer by the day, and none of you realise it. But when your arse falls out and you've not dead, you'll realise it. And that's it.
Yeah.
Any disagreements?
No, but like, you know, I suppose I'm getting a fair bit of grief online there now today and this evening, and I put up a video showing I was literally fitting a tyre and I wasn't sitting on the couch like I was accused by some people, you know.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
as I said to them, where were you the couple of times I went live on social media and begged people to come to protests I was at?
Yeah.
Begged them at the gates in Kilcock with the farmers, begged them in Athlone to come, didn't come.
Well, sure, it's no more than the night there, Darren, when we were dancing at the crossroads telling people about Mr. Jibby Jabby.
Yeah.
The neighbours were driving up and down and looking down at their footwells.
Yeah. But like, I think it's a beautiful thing what happened today. It looks class. It's great to see unity in people and all that. But at the end of the day, what did they achieve today other than saying we can get X amount of people to the streets of Dublin, say a few speeches, everyone gets to fulfill a few, you know, no, I'm not going to say that, but they get to fulfill certain things by being there. But there's no manifesto going from that. Do you think Micheál Martin bothered his arse looking at that? No.
No. But sure, they're over at the Pope's
Well,
funeral.
but this is my point.
No, they won't.
They won't go.
But unless I seen a very strategic plan, I think going forward, I would have liked to been there today. If I could have really made it happen, I would have made it happen. But what I'm saying is, if you see in a month's time, there's a strategic plan where they're like, we want the same amount of people here the next day, we want you all here, and this is the plan. We're going to go and really mess up the running of Dublin, or there's a massive event coming on, they can't cancel it, so we're going to crash the party and really put our government under pressure, and then show the world stage that the people aren't taking any crap, because it's going on across Europe.
Yeah.
You can see the uprisings across Europe at the moment, and they're a lot different to the Irish uprisings.
Well, look, I'd be truthful about it. I was wrong in some capacities with it. I thought there'd be trouble at it, and I didn't.
I thought there'd be trouble as well.
I didn't think there'd be that much of a crowd, so I'm delighted to see that. But I just stand by it. It's fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing what it is above in Dublin now you have a government operating as a county council for EU and America.
But that's all.
So I don't think it matters if you put in 180 different new people. He who, what's it called, pays the fiddler picks the tune, as the man says, and that's my opinion of it anyways. But there might be people there who think I'm a dickhead. You're probably
Well, they're
right.
going to think we're dickheads
right.
listening to this right now because we're probably coming across a bit severe, but at the end of the day, it's not like we've never done nothing, either of us.
Nah.
We're not talking, as I said, from the couch. We're talking from experience.
Look at it.
And when you give massive amount of time and energy to the Oaks, like I was only saying this to somebody lately, I thought it up in my head the amount of days I went to things.
Yes.
And meetings, like the start of the Independent Ireland Party, like I was at the first meeting of that and all the other meetings, as well as the Farmers Alliance thing, as well as all these other things. If you taught up all the days I didn't go to work and went to something else, or didn't have my day off on a Sunday and do stuff on my farm and benefit myself and went to something instead, if I taught up all them days, it's not weeks, it's actually months that I've given in the last, say, since 2018. Months. And then to have fuckers who have woke up in the last 3 months tell me that I do nothing and I'm fucking at home hiding from a protest, it's...
Look at this.
Do you know, but you get what I'm saying? I like, as I said to them today, I have massive love and respect for anyone who went there today, because it takes effort.
Yes.
And they deserve that. It's no different from respecting some man who, whether he's good or not, gets into a ring boxing. It's the same thing, like.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put yourself up there and suffer whatever consequences are part of it.
Yes.
Fair play to you. But don't be fucking crying at me as if I do nothing or you do nothing, or that we don't benefit the bigger picture of it, like.
Yeah, well, look, I'm coming to the conclusion that the real rebellion looks like not needing them. So, the biggest rebel at the moment is the old guy on the side of the hill that has a couple of ridges of spuds and cabbage and isn't dependent on anyone. That's the guy you need to be paying attention to, because he's the guy that's seen through it all in a quiet way.
It's your independence and your defiance, and ultimately, the biggest way to show you're going to win is going to survive the next 5 years, 10 years, and still be who you are, and still have your integrity and your morals and all them things still intact.
Yeah.
And the problem is a load of them are upset because they've woke up in the last year realizing that they lost some of them things before.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to, gain them back in different ways, and they're angry about it and they're whatever.
The fundamental truth about it, and they can play it whatever they want, but you're dealing with a government that's not in charge of the country.
No.
That's just the bit that they haven't got to.
No, they haven't got
If you have a budget there and the Germans are telling you what you can spend and when you can spend it.
But you see, we're going given, was it 141 billion announced this week to underdeveloped countries or something like that. We are becoming an undeveloped country because we brought the undeveloped here. Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
I don't think you're wrong.
In for a few quid, so are we?
Oh yeah. Oh, good.
but
Can we get Schleig one Leitrim on the list?
Yeah. But it's oh Jesus, it's aggravating, isn't it?
But do you know what? I'll be honest about it, Maurice. This last while I've really just fallen off it altogether.
Yeah, but you and me have great chats, like, and we'll be talking about this during the week and stuff, and we're both seeing what's going on, but like, it's...
Oh, and I'm a cocaine addict now.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear
but
that?
I'm a dealer.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought it was...
I love the rumours.
Yeah,
I love them.
I seen it yesterday. A woman, she was texting me off a WhatsApp group, and the first one was, I was a fake farmer. Fake farmer. The same person sent it, fake farmer. Then it went, I was in the provisional IRA to undermine the movement. All right?
You work for MI5 too?
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it went, and by the way, he's a cocaine addict. And then that wasn't really hitting home enough. So here's the kicker, the better one. I owe 10,000 to the gang. And
right.
that's why I'm doing the things I'm doing.
You'd be a better dealer than that now.
Well,
Fuck it, I'll tell you one thing. You're playing with small figures, guys.
There was a lad today. I wish I remember his fucking name because I'd name him now, but he was calling us powder babies, you and me.
Oh, good. That's the thought.
Powder babies, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
So it is.
yeah.
Nice. Well, look, when you get to a scale of life like myself and Maurice, that you can have all the habits habits you want because you have loads of money from the MI5 and then you're away.
It's like I worked for a man one time. He says, I don't give a fuck what you do from Saturday night at 7 o'clock to Monday morning at 8 o'clock. But he said, you know,
be there Monday at 8.
Exactly. Yeah. He says, I don't care. You go hooring, touring, drugs don't matter to me. He said, just be here at 8 o'clock.
I don't give two fucks about anyone at this stage, to be honest about it. My thing with it is, it's funny how quickly people turn on you when you just call out a bit of nonsense.
Yeah.
Do you know? The minute you go...
But they have to justify a reason not to like you or to say why in their version of events do they think that maybe you've gotten ahead of them for some whatever reason. You mightn't have got ahead. It's the people who are actually doing better than you have a sick mentality that they think you are doing better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think it gets back to the whole Irish thing of begrudgery, to be honest about it. It's just, there's James, and James is saying things that I don't like. What can I come up with now about James? Like, I was like,
but like my dad, I remember hearing my dad on about one time, and he said something about, he said, you never feed two dogs in two different size bowls.
Yeah, they get jealous.
Because he said the dog with the big bowl full of nuts will still think that the little bowl has more nuts because it looks fuller.
Yeah. He's right.
Do you get what he was saying?
That was a very deep psychological analysis of dogs. So
yeah, it was. Yeah, but
that man was ahead of his time.
But, it's like those posts online. This post is not about dogs.
What's it called? What's the story with the beef boxes? Because I am absolutely pickled with people wanting your beef boxes.
I'd say if I killed 5 cattle in the morning, they'd be fully gone.
Yeah,
maybe a touch of a 6th one.
Yeah.
So I could sell all the beef in the world, and like I said to you at Christmas, and I suppose I was shy about bringing it up and whatever, but it's just other events have come to light since. So I was doing the beef. The beef essentially was going well, or on the surface was going well, and I had it all worked out. The beef would go to the butcher. I had a man organised and paid well to pack and deliver the beef.
Right.
And he basically was selling the boxes short.
So what, underweight or
underweight? Yeah.
So
the boxes should go out at 10 kilos. There was boxes going out averaging anywhere from 5.5 to 8.5. And I had all the emails explaining, look, overload the boxes. They should have 12 kilos at least in them.
Yeah.
Especially for their first round and get people. Yeah. You know, like I said, I don't care if less boxes go to people. And I work it that way. Do you know what I mean? And maybe even if I lose a bit of money that way, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you'll establish it, like, yeah.
But the main thing is to gain people's confidence, because the proof was in the product. And anyone who got the beef was very happy with the beef.
Mm-hmm.
And before I got involved with this lad now, he's a well-known guy online. He's well-known in the regenerative zone and whatnot. I had been warned by a few people not to get involved with him, that he was a bad man for money. But the way I looked at it in this situation, there was no way he could screw me out of money, because I wasn't depending on him to give me money. I was giving him money.
Yeah.
And lots of it. And I was giving it to him in advance all the time. So the way it would work is it was €50 per box per delivery. And that was to include whatever package you need to use, whether it went to a DPD through a cooler box or through his own delivery service that he has, a freezer van. And since all that, I caught him out of the emails there to show. It ended up costing me just shy of €4,000 in refunds.
Fuck.
Which is no joke. It's about €3,993 or something like that. And if you were to take in tax and all the other bits, it's more.
Fuck.
Right? And that literally, a good chunk of that came out of my own pocket, not out of the business pocket, if you get me.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the cost of your product, it was your profit and his delivery fee. You with me now?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I really caught him rotten, as I said, I had all the emails to prove it. I logged it the whole way. I had a business advisor keeping track of it on me. I got beef delivered to people I knew personally, so family members, so on and so forth, and they were able to weigh them there and then when they got them. And sure, it was the incorrect weights. And he said, oh, sure, that happens. Sure, people don't mind. I said, people do fucking mind.
Ah, well, if you're paying for 10 kilo, you're expecting 10 kilo.
It's one thing if it was 9.5 and you made a slight mistake on the weight and whatever, but not 3, 4, 5 kilos missing. Late deliveries, not ticking off with proper Excel system, that it was a live Excel, so you could tick it off as you went.
Yeah.
Say that it went by DPD, whether he delivered himself, the time it was delivered, all that. It was so because I'm a big believer in foolproof and everything, because in a sad way, I believe people are fools, like.
Yeah.
And if you give people opportunity that they can't fail, they shouldn't fail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when you're being real sound, you know, and trying to make everything as simple as possible, you know. And as I said, I'd had all those warnings, and then as I didn't listen and I got stung. And since then, I've had other people come to me about the same person, not knowing I was involved with them, hearing sums from a couple of thousand, people who've taken him to court for over 20 and 40,000. And he's running regenerative courses that he does not know what he's talking about. And Brendan Guinan at 4B Farm is charging extortionate prices for consultancy fees to go out to farms when he can't run his own farm correctly.
Fuck.
And it's a falsehood, like. And enough is enough, because I had, as I said, I've had people lately, whether they were customers who bought beef off him or people who sold beef to him and so on and so forth, and they're getting screwed out with large sums of money, not getting paid for months and months on end, or not getting paid at all.
Fuck.
And when he was in the haulage business, and I've spoke to hauliers who dealt with him, they were all left high and dry also, along with employees. So it just shows you how the chickens come home to roost, especially in such a small country like Ireland. And it's bad when people were reaching out, because my page is used nearly like a Lonely Hearts column in some sense. People reach out to me for help on certain issues.
Yeah.
As I showed you one night with a specific text I got about something else. So it's strange how these things come back and land on my doorstep, you know?
Yeah.
Because I suppose people think that maybe I have people I know that could help them. Maybe it's my own intuition, whatever. And I was able to tell these people, I said, you're not alone. Like, there's other people contacting me about this. There's other people complaining about this. And I said, I'm one of those people. And only because people who were close to me at the time said, Maurice, don't address this like you want to address it. Keep it business-like. Keep it professional. Explain to him why he's not getting his final bill, which was about €726. And I said, I'm refusing to pay that. Like, I was like, look at the volume of money you've cost me, and you have no acknowledgement of your failings. And I have all the emails there. And if you've seen the arrogance that he came back with, and these other people are experiencing that same arrogance and disrespect when they should be paid or should have gotten the service they paid for.
Yeah.
And you'd say something if somebody's not getting correctly looked after, but as I said, €50 is a fair chunk of money, like. And tot that up on 12 or 14 deliveries per animal.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of profit in it.
Jesus Christ.
And as I said, there's other regen farmers who are going to get stung by him. So that's why I said, no, we were going to talk about the beef anyway, but that's what's fucking held me back.
Fuck.
As I said, I'm out of pocket $4,000.
So you started your own enterprise. All the intentions was good, as the man says. Product is good, and it's just a fuck up now. So
yeah, it's a fuck up, like. And I want to find somebody, obviously, who's willing to do that same system.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm one of those people. I'm once bitten, I'm bitten for life. I don't fucking fall for shit a second time, like.
Yeah, you'd be a bit shy after, surely to God. Yeah.
Well, you'd be shy even just on the money aspect. But to me, it wasn't even about the money. It was the fact, the embarrassment of having to deal with all these emails. I was on holiday at the time the last animal was getting delivered. So myself, the woman, were on holidays, and I was getting phone calls and fucking emails. And what is the fucking story with these boxes, Maurice? They're half empty.
Nah,
of people.
It's your good name, really.
It's your name. It's your reputation.
It's not
Do you
good
know?
enough.
And as I said, herself, my mother, whatever, different people tell me, don't deal with this how you and me would like to deal with things. And I'm not trying to incriminate you, but you know, that doesn't stand amongst men.
No.
And the unfortunate side of fact is, when a man like that is fucking screwing you and you react in this day and age, it's you who suffers, not him.
Yeah.
And these brazen fucking cowboys, and they're up and down the country, do this continuously because they get away with it. And I have time enough for myself. For you get screwed, we deal with it, knock on the chin, you get on with it. But when you start doing this then to people who are vulnerable, who don't know enough about farming, you know, and women who don't know enough about farming, and so on and so forth. And that's not a knock that women don't know about farming, but there are this regen movement, the organic movement, is bringing in people into agriculture, into farming, who are not from farming backgrounds and don't fully understand when they're being fed bullshit, like. Yeah. And that is what is being fed by some of these consultants up and down the country, but he's a good one to mark on this.
Well, the interesting you said that. I had a fucking text on TikTok from the other night, and a fella basically reached out to me and said, been watching what you're doing. He's probably watching, it says he watches the podcast and all that.
Okay.
It was outside that loan. He says, I've bought 10 acres.
I love that.
And what's it called? Like what you're doing. Like to come down and see. And I says, no, mate, I says, Joel Salatin from America,
Richard
Perkins,
Yeah, Richard Perkins.
Jeff Lawton. I says, look at what they're doing and just implement it. You don't need me.
No. But I get the same emails and texts all the time. Like,
but like my thing is with it as well as it's probably different with, you know, I'm doing that old green sort at the moment. There's one of the teachers, Veronica, I think she's absolutely brilliant. Do you know? She just puts a new twist on things. She's big into small firms, different enterprises. So Darren done, what was it? What would you call it? It wasn't a PowerPoint, like a video for me, wasn't it?
A video, and
Yeah.
kind of voice over.
Yeah, that was it.
Images.
But it was the Start Your Own Enterprise module or that. So Darren done the video and I done the talking over it. And she was delighted with this because she was like, yeah, so the podcast studio, the hens, all of this.
yeah.
We'll actually we'll share it sometime. I got the dongle back. So
All right, John.
yeah. We must share it sometime for people to see. But anyways, I'd be telling a lot of people out there, you don't need someone to land out in a pair of wellies and show you around the place.
At 500 for the day. Or should I say, for the fucking 2 hours. And more.
Oh, that's nice money if you can get it.
€1,000 for 1 day a week for a couple of months.
Fucking hell. Because you know your man Perkins.
Richard, I'm not being funny. Richard's expensive, but Richard knows what he's fucking talking about.
Yeah. You see, that's
the difference.
Well,
I'd pay to go visit Richard's place.
I would
very
too.
Interesting.
I would
have his
too.
books and stuff, and I think he's very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't implement it because it doesn't currently suit me to go full in on certain things. But I think he's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, but the other side of that too is like you're getting a holiday to Sweden,
Of course, yeah.
accommodation, food.
And it's hands-on teaching.
Yes, it is, yeah. And like he has different ones, so you have your kind of, you can farm this way course, or you can do your farm design course. Yeah. So he's qualifying you to go to other people to say you need to do this, that, and the other.
He actually sent me out a free book before.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I don't know who shared me to him and whatever. And he goes, "Look, I know you're not
into it,
doing necessarily what we're doing, but it's still cool that you're promoting other people to do what I'm doing." He said,
"Yeah."
It was something along the lines of that now, and I just thought it was fair sound of him. Like he sent me out the book.
Well, I watch him quite a lot. They're after buying a restaurant. So I think they're intending now on going down the restaurant business. So I don't know how that's going to go. Hopefully it goes well for them, do you know? But that's what I'd be saying to anyone there is if you're into...
People are naive to it here in Ireland because they're not understanding climate. They're not understanding the land they're buying. They're not understanding the department rules, regulations and all that goes with it. And the fucking expense of doing everything here.
Well, there's the thing now. I think now you need planning to open a drain, do you?
Well, you need planning for everything, but I'm a big believer in asking for forgiveness, never permission.
I know, but
you do.
some of the permaculture models, like you have to do drains, dikes. Yeah. You're not talking about the one drain on the edge of the field, do you know?
And everything,
so you could run yourself into a ferocious fucking bill.
Like you're making a little, is it Holland where they do all the, not the daffodils, the tulips out on the...
Yeah.
Isn't that all like a floating area basically to an extent?
Yeah, but you'd have like key line ploughing and that. And but like, I was there the other evening down with a lady. She has 2 barrel top wagons and trying to strike a deal to buy them for Airbnb or that, you know.
Cool, yeah.
But there's an old building up the road from her, and I says, what was that years ago? And she said, it was a mill. She says, it's class, isn't it? I says, it is. And she says, the poor devil that bought it, basically he cleaned the river beside it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a day in High Court.
Yeah, that's a day in the High Court.
Yeah. And no, she was telling me this. She was like, the poor man, he rented a machine and he didn't know any better.
No, but I was looking at a 10 grand fine for the pond, like, in my place.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus. Just for doing it, like.
Well, see, it was there anyway, but I cleaned it out and made it look new, if you get me.
Yeah.
And I'd done a load of mulch and all sorts of things. I mean, in the correct season, I should say.
Yes.
It was out of bird nesting season.
Yeah.
And somebody reported it. And sure, next thing I was trying to get retentions and it was going to be a 10 grand fine. And they wanted to close the pond up. Did you ever hear some shit like?
You wanted to close the pond?
They wanted to close the pond.
Oh, yeah. Because that's good for biodiversity.
Yeah.
I don't know. But doesn't it go to show you buy something and you think you own it?
You don't own it though. We all know it. Any farmer in Ireland knows he doesn't own his land. And any farmer who's taking big checks from fucking Europe doesn't own anything as far as I'm concerned because he's a boy. For a farmer to say he's self-employed in this day and age, I think it's a cheeky fucking statement.
Yeah.
I said that one night in a group of farmers. I thought I was going to get glass thrown at my fucking head. But I said, the truth. I said, none of you are really self-employed.
No.
I said, you're employees.
Well, you see, there's the other side of it too, which is the subsidisation was to keep the price of food
But this is
down.
the whole thing.
Do you know?
Subsidisation of agriculture was the ruination of agriculture.
Yeah. But it's breaking loose now.
It is a bit.
Yeah.
It is a bit.
It's a good time to be a farmer, Maurice.
It is. But I don't like to get excited. I worked for a man one time outside Montpellier, and he said, when everyone else is running, you walk. And when everyone else is walking, you run.
Yeah.
He said, and that's how I made this place here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he'd seen a lot of things go on, and he went from a very small farm to a very, very big farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over the years.
But that's what Warren Buffett said that in the book. He has the Snowballer. That's worth reading. He basically says when everyone's afraid, you jump in, and when nobody's afraid, you jump out.
yeah.
And he's probably right, he is, you know.
Yeah.
Well, probably right, sure. He's accumulated some amount of billions over the years. So, yeah.
But like it's... I done a post about not that long ago, like this whole thing of the beef at the moment. And that's kind of the other reason why I haven't gone back just yet.
It's too dear.
It's too dear, and the consumer is not going to understand... Looking at my prices and Tesco's prices, why is there such a colossal difference?
Yeah.
Because supermarkets haven't caught up yet. They're stuck. They're held in contract at the moment that they can't sell.
I think they're selling at a loss at the moment.
They're selling at a colossal loss.
Yeah. But how long can that continue?
I was trying to read up about it again lately because I can't get an exact date or time period as to when does that lift.
Yeah.
Is it a yearly thing? Is it a what do they call it? Like
quarterly.
A quarterly thing?
Yeah.
Or what? But it is supposed to. But when that matches the price, well, it's not going to match the price of the mart because the mart price is say 8.
Yeah.
So for them to make a profit, them bastards will put it to €14. Let's say, right?
Yeah.
Imagine beef at €14 a kilo in the shop.
Yeah.
What happens then?
Well, no.
You don't buy beef.
No.
They're already not buying lamb. You've seen that
well,
there over
listen,
Easter.
I was just about to say that we have a regular customer who used to come to us for early lamb every year, you know, and he'd be telling you 20, 30 good finished lambs, you know. I just got on the blower. He says, listen, there's no one to buy it.
Yeah.
He says, I can't do it. You're talking about legs of lamb, 60 and 70 quid, like. No. There's no one to buy it. No. So I don't know where it's going. But this is the interesting one. That's Schwab. Klaus.
You will eat the bugs.
Well, Klaus was being interviewed by, I think it was a former Prime Minister of Australia. Now, I could have that wrong, but I think it was. And he said, your man was on to him about meat consumption.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I have to say about these WEF fellas. They just tell you what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, they don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
They have no shame in anything whatsoever.
I don't think people can get their head around that. They just tell you this is going to happen. But anyways, Mr. Schwab goes, yes, the elite will eat the meat and the working class will have it for special occasions.
Yeah.
And there it is. He just said it.
I seen that interview.
That's what I'm saying. But the man, this is 7-8 years ago, and they were on about carbon and how you need to pull back on the carbon. And then your man kind of says, well, the meat is an issue. And Schwab just brushes it off. He basically goes, yes, the elite will eat
we
meat.
told you that already. That's the way he shrugs it off. But you know something? He won't be shrugging off, I'd say, that investigation that has an arm reaching up his arse at the moment.
I don't know.
He might be the one you will own nothing and be happy, Klaus.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Savage to see Mr. Schwab in his orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Big Barry coming behind him.
Well, them lads, in fairness, they'll never go in a jumpsuit, but they just disappear, you know.
See, your one in Australia, Jeffrey Epstein's accuser.
Oh, I seen that thing, yeah.
Yeah, terrible. The rate of suicide and car crashes amongst these people who come out with stuff is just chronic.
It's mad, yeah.
Frightening.
Unreal.
Absolutely frightening.
I heard the sales of, you know, that specific arm lock mechanism you can buy.
Right.
They're supposed to be absolutely booming on eBay.
What are they?
They're an arm lock system
Yes.
to put your arm in that.
Oh,
position.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was going, what is this book on? All right. I see. Yeah. No, it's
Just a pull cord job, like, you know.
Yeah,
Stand
yeah.
back in the distance, avoid the mist.
It's like what was it? Your man, which was in Dublin years ago, and it was terrible. It was RTE. Your man had suffered multiple stab wounds, 2 gunshots, and it went through all this, and they went, Gardaí are treating the thing as suspicious. Well, he fucking didn't do himself in, did he? And if he did, he was doing a bad job. So, this is suspicious now. So
Speaking of RT, I had to wonder at the fact they highlighted, was it his name, John or Joseph O'Brien? Did you see that man? He died. He was the man who was part of the inquiries into the working, or we'll call it the boys' home in Clonmel.
I didn't see this.
Did you ever see that video where he goes, "You did it, Minister"?
Oh, yes.
So he died during the week.
All right.
And it was funny that RT actually highlighted his death after he berated them all on the. It wasn't the late. It was
Frontline or something.
Frontline or something at the time.
Yeah. God, he did give it to them that night.
He did, yeah.
What a man.
What a fucking man.
Fair play to him.
It's an emotional fucking video to watch.
Hard for a man as well to.
Yeah, but like he spoke like he was like, he goes, I was, what did he say?
Buggered.
He was like, but he says straight away, he goes, I was raped by 2 of them.
Yeah.
And roaring in the studio that night. Like.
Yeah. But do you remember the panel that night?
He was a mayor, actually, that man.
Yeah, he was a politician.
He'd been mayor and he was a councillor.
But do you remember the panel that night? They just looked down at their feet.
Yeah, no, they didn't know what to say. But they know in instances like that just not to react like.
Yeah.
But they're stonewall cold bastards. I have no problem saying about any of them. They're no empathy for nothing.
I don't think so.
And it comes back to this thing as well about, like, you'll see people online today now, the government are stupid. The government are not one bit stupid. They are malevolent.
Yeah.
They are malicious. This is all. And until people understand that, like, all I listen to day in, day out, the government are stupid. No, they're not. They are premeditated.
It's like a fella says to me one time.
They are delivered. Like, how people can't see that it's sabotage. It's not incompetence.
Do you remember when the beef protests was on?
Mm-hmm.
I went up one night to Ballyhonus. There was a picket line, you know. And there was farmers roaring, and I remember one fella at the time, and I thought, God, I was only thinking about this the other day. He goes, "We need a set price of $4.20." And I was thinking, you'd be regretting that these days. But anyway, there was this fella, and he was a fairly big buyer, you know, and he landed up to the protest, and be a dodgy man, I knows.
Yeah.
Type of fella just fuck you in the mountain.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So the farmers were there and they knew he was there and no one was real brave, you know, and they kept roaring and shouting about the beef price and this. Man stretched himself. He says, "Oh, listen, boys," he says, "the beef price is set at a kitchen table every Sunday morning and it'll fucking continue. And you better go home and stop fucking disturbing this factory."
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And they kind of looked at each other and they were like, "Oh, this is getting serious now."
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And that was it. That was it. It swiftly went away.
Dispersed.
Well, it didn't disperse then, but
Yeah.
what you seen over the next few evenings was a few less.
Yeah, a few less.
And that was it. And I never forget it. There was a man, he gave an absolutely ferocious speech. Brilliant speech. He was a school teacher. And he'd done a bit of effing and blinding. And then he was on about throwing the telly and the radio out the window. And he was telling them all the right things.
Yeah.
And then someone... Well, he was swearing. There's no doubt he was swearing. And someone, do you speak to the kids like that, you do?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, fucking, this is going no place.
But that's what people say in those situations. Anything to dismiss
what they're hearing.
Your sense, like, you know what I mean? Like, anything to dismiss you. Whereas there's other people who will use a few curse words just to get rid of the cunts that are listening.
Yeah.
Do you know? Like, the amount of messages I get of people, you know, do you have to curse in the video? Like, I'd show your videos to my kids, and I'm like, you shouldn't really be showing me to my kids.
Shouldn't.
Like, I'm not kid suitable whatsoever.
Hey, leave those kids alone.
Yeah, like, it's funny now because I see on some of the accounts, like, there's young lads doing what you and me do.
All right.
for themselves. They were recording, they're blogging and whatever. And
Good.
I think that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And they'd message me. I'm like, you can't message me. Like, I was like, you want to message me? Message me through your Owlad's account or your mother's account, so I know that they know you're talking to me.
Yeah.
But like, you have to be so careful in this fucking day and age.
100%. 100%.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, young lad, young girl, I tell them, you can talk to me through your mother's account if you have a genuine question or whatever. But I said, I'm not responding to you on your fucking
Long Acre speaking to every 12-year-old.
Yeah.
You know the next accusation that's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck's sake.
Exactly. Fucking, hey.
I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, I've seen this movie before. But hey, it's like when you be going on dates and a girl brings up, you know, how the globalists are taking over the world too, and she just brings up a conversation too soon. I'm like, you're a plant.
Yeah.
You're definitely working with the guards.
We should do something, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
No.
Jesus. I quite like the government. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, but sure. What's it called? It is very funny though how obvious some of them is.
But especially when you go to days, like it'd be like if you and me were up there today now, you can be guaranteed there's one head case will find you to talk to and will be stuck to you all day and trying to talk about stuff you wouldn't talk about with your best mate, like.
Yeah.
And it's extremish stuff, and you're saying, is he a nut job or is he a guard?
Well, you don't mind the nut job.
No.
I never minded a nut
No,
job.
they don't.
There is a genuine nut job.
There is a question in your head though bouncing when you're talking.
Yeah,
to them.
yeah.
And you find yourself almost being a little bit rude because you're like, I'm not engaging in this conversation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know.
Hold on a second there, Kojak.
Yeah.
I'm out here.
I was like, let's be clear. You're saying these things, not me.
Yeah, that's it. I want to make this very clear.
Yeah,
I am just listening. That's all.
Lean into the breast of his shirt so the speaker can hear him. I do not consent to this conversation.
It's like I forget that comedy show that it was the mob. You know, it was just pure piss take. You know, this fellow walks in. He goes, "Hi guys, what criminal activities are we at today?" You do meet these fuckers.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
awful funny,
No, but
isn't
do
it?
you remember that? It's a really old good comedy. It was Hello, Hello.
Yes, yeah, with the French fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, and they're the secret
Remy.
Remy, yeah. But that I think sums it up. That is the far right in Ireland right there.
Yeah.
That is it at times.
Your one was a sexy bit of stuff.
Oh,
in
she
it.
was a fine bit of gear.
For the day.
She used to be like, "Oh, Pierre,
Pierre.
oh,
right,
Pierre."
Yeah. And then what was your man?
And the wife was an old hag, and he used to be getting caught the whole time with
That's
the other
right,
thing
yeah.
in the closet or that. You know.
Was there an old? Was there an old English fella or something? Were they hiding him at some stage?
Yeah,
in the attic, was it?
Yeah, some breed of a thing like that.
Yeah,
He'd nearly remind you of your man out of Faulty Towers.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember the other? They had an old lad knocking around the hotel as well.
Faulty Towers?
Major or something they used to call him. He'd come down to it, shoot the rat.
Faulty Towers was a great program.
Oh, stop. I went to one of their live dinner yokes in the Salt Hill Hotel one night.
Yeah,
So it's where like,
Manuel is there and all that.
oh no, the full thing, like, so it's almost like you went to a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So you just rock up. It's all just random guests, but it's a wedding venue setting because I think what they do is that's how they promote it to couples getting married.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But we went along. It was just a bit of crack comedy show. It was bought for me as a present, like, you know. So I was delighted when I seen Faulty Towers over the door. Like, I'd be a big fan of it, know all the words and whatnot. But we were inside and like they're right. You know, Basil's flying around the place. Nobody eat the soup.
Yeah.
And he goes around each table with a fork. Like nearly the whole fucking place he went through every bowl. And it was the lady beside me with the dentures in her soup, like, you know. And he goes, Manuel, come look at this. What is this? And just boom, slap him clean over the head, like, you know.
Savage program.
It was so fucking funny that night.
There's no like, what do you watch now?
I don't watch nothing.
I do find myself now. It's just
I'll tell you a funny one. Last night I was with the Three Bucks in Limerick. I went to their gig, and afterwards, anyway, Peter was there. Peter Cassidy, he plays French Toast O'Toole, and Stephen Cowboy Kelly. We were sitting there, and there's a guy they were chatting to, and he's like, "I recognised you, man, during the show, man," and he was going on and whatever. And I was like, "Who was this lad they're talking?" And they're like, "He's all fucking Gogglebox, man." And the two boys then realised what they said and started laughing. They're like, "Sorry, this lad doesn't have a TV." Like, to me, you know. They were like, he didn't even have electricity, you know. But this is what people watching telly nowadays, like.
Yeah, I know. There's a fella there. He's good old crack. He's on the goggle box. He does watch this or something. His name is. But they used to grow a rake of spuds in that years ago, and I'd be chatting to him. Fierce sound man.
Yeah.
Fierce sound man. Yeah. Nice fella. Real nice fella, so he is. I'm hoping to get him on.
Oh, that'd be good.
But what's it called? I says to him, listen, don't want to end your career here. Do you know what I mean? You're getting the, what is it, the terrestrial
I presume
money.
they get paid for Gogglebox.
We'll actually have to blank his name out. So we will. I will.
I doubt it.
Oh, I know I don't.
What's your doubt? Leave it a mystery and blanket.
That will blank it, yeah. I'm in deep contact. Beep. Yeah, no, he's, what's it called? He's Waffle Crack.
Yeah.
He's Waffle Crack. And he's getting tempted to do it. He's
Good
getting
stuff.
tempted to do it, you know, the podcast. But it's like, and I'd say it's steady income.
Yeah, I'd
Do you
say
know
so.
what I
I'd
mean?
say so. But again, back to what you were saying, what do people... I haven't a clue what people watch on TV now.
Well,
What is on TV to watch? Like when you've... Like, and again, I have none of these things. I don't have Netflix. I don't have anything. I don't watch stuff
Yeah.
per se. I nearly have to think, what the fuck do I do in the evenings? But I'm actually just always rooting at stuff.
Yeah, no, that's good.
People be under some sort of illusion, like I just sit on fucking social media all night, but it's actually not the case.
No.
I'll go on to look at specific people. Like I'll go on nearly every day. I'll look at Gript. I'll look at Fox News in America. Might look at something in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my daily intake of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Nobody major got killed. Nobody major got blown up. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Palestine, Israel are still fucking killing each other.
Yeah.
I have my news intake. And then the rest of that, I'm watching stuff from relating to what I want to do with my place, like as in homesteading,
Yeah.
your own energy, that kind of stuff. Listen to a bit of your podcast, listen to a bit of David Cuddy.
Yeah.
Do you know, might listen to some of like the CEO podcast,
Yeah.
a little bit of Rogue and little bits of things like that. Do you know what I mean?
The CEO, is that the old half black fella, is it?
Yeah.
He's good, isn't he?
He's very good.
Yeah.
Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah. Real intelligent fella.
Yeah, and then listen to a few of like Gary Brecka and a few of these well-known nutritionalists.
Yeah.
Proper nutrition, not fucking doctors.
Yes.
Nutritionalists, because the doctor is not a nutritionalist, and we know that now.
Yeah.
So watching stuff like that, and I love watching anyone talking about like the psychology of people, like friendships, relationships, all that kind of,
Yeah.
the psychology of understanding people better.
I've gone woeful lately into watching college lectures on philosophy and psychology and stuff like that. I think I was telling you that on about Peterson and that.
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
was in college, he was worth
He was
listening
class.
to.
He was, yeah. Whereas
Lately, I think...
he's got a bit artistic as well, he said to you one night.
he's
Is in like it's a bit of an act. Not that it's an act. He's still, I think
bollocks.
I think
Bollocks lately.
I
So
think
it
he's
is.
saying some good stuff, but it's coming across in a very wrong way.
No, he's attractive.
He's made himself attractive.
Yeah,
man.
someone has sat him down and said, listen, if when you're fishing, you can go with a rod and a hook, or you can go with a big net.
Yeah.
And there's a big net. And yeah, no, I'm not liking him at all lately. I like his old stuff.
Yeah, no,
I like his old stuff.
yeah.
When he was, when the thing in Canada with the pronouns, and you had a student eating the face of him, and he was coming back with better points, I like that. But I just think lately it's just now we're fishing, boys. Wide net.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about that now.
I don't know.
It's interesting as well. Did you ever listen to the guy who wrote the 12 Laws of Power? What's that guy with the glasses? I can't think of his name.
Oh yeah, I know the fella.
He's been
you're
on a good
about.
few podcasts and stuff. And do you know who else is a great podcast? Is Chris Wilco something. Like he literally,
Yes.
black t-shirt, kind of tight haircut.
Yeah.
Talks to kind of anyone and everyone, has them on.
Yeah.
A lot of, again, it could be Pearson, it could be some old fella, could be a nutritionist, could be a sex coach, could be anything.
Yeah.
Very good interviewer though.
Yeah.
And for a guy who's literally done nothing in life,
Yeah.
is pretty well educated himself.
Yeah.
Or we won't say educated, intellectual.
Yes.
Because like he used to be just a party boy or something. He was on fucking Love Island or some other thing. And that's all his qualifications in life are like.
Yeah.
But he's just really bettered himself into understanding what's going on in the world. It's interesting.
I'm listening a lot lately to, he's a fella, Wolf, Richard Wolf or something, I think.
The old fellow with the beard. No, is
I
it?
don't think he has a beard. No, he's kind of roundy glasses or that. But as an economist, he's absolutely fantastic. It's just a lot of people on our side say, why are you listening to him? He's a lefty or that.
yeah.
And he is.
But you have to listen to both sides.
Well, my thing with it is, he is a lefty, but when it comes to economics,
He knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking
What
about.
about your old friend, the solicitor? No, what is he? Is he a solicitor?
Who?
Our friend in Longford. We mightn't even mention his name. Or is he Westmead? Enfield. Everyone's going to know listening to this. With the coloured tie,
Oh, yeah.
likes to walk the canal.
I don't pass much heat of him. So I don't.
It's so depressing some days. Some days he comes out with great stuff, and other days you're like, oh, fucking fall into the canal, will you?
He seems to
But
be...
he has a big no agenda against our kind.
Yeah.
That's all I pick up on. It's
Yeah, he doesn't like us. So I don't...
well, he doesn't like our kind. He doesn't know you and me probably exist.
Oh, no. We wouldn't be on his radar, I don't think.
But he makes a big point of demonising anyone who is questioning anything, it seems.
Yeah.
And for a man who has to be about the facts, I don't think he really is acknowledging the facts of what's going on.
Well, sure, the fact is he's probably up to his hilt in jabs and he'll be dead soon.
Well,
So
he's
don't-
up to his hilt as
don't
well.
get
The
too
fact that
concerned.
he's a landlord.
Huh?
He's also a landlord, so it wouldn't suit to hear some of the things we say.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't know, what's it called? I don't know. He used to pop up on me TikTok, and to be honest about it, I got sick of it, and I just...
I asked him several times to properly explain to me, as someone who knows nothing about law, knows nothing about anything, what was going on with Judge Nolan and how, like, why is there so much evidence against the fact that he's clearly biased
Yeah.
and likes releasing paedophiles, rapists, and so on and so forth into society.
Yeah.
But whereas if you and me went out tonight, we got in some little argy-bargy wind up in his court, we'll
5
get
years.
fucking 5 or 7 years for it.
Yeah. 5 years. He seems to love the 5 years thing.
Yeah, he does, like, especially for just men assaulting men.
Yeah.
Punching wise, not raping.
Yeah. If you have a fight outside the chipper, you're gone.
5 years.
Oh, 5 years are you.
But if you've been pulling your plums and you had a position
3 or
in
4,000
in
pictures of indecent.
well, of children, more the point.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
More the point that it's children and it's people who've had positions in the council, in education, in health.
Yeah.
You get a free pass.
Yeah. Nah, it's disgraceful. It's absolutely disgraceful.
And there's no question of it.
Oh, but didn't Gavin Pepper call a protest on that?
Yeah.
On Judge Nolan?
Look,
that's the one you
poor
could...
old Gavin's doing great work in some ways. In other ways, nobody's listening to him, unfortunately. Because
I like him.
But see, this is the thing. That's what I'm saying. I like him.
Yeah.
I think his intentions are pure.
Yeah.
It's the right idea. But he's not marketing himself in the right way. This is what's kind of baiting it sometimes.
No, but like, the truth of the matter is, I think he called a protest for Nolan. That's the one you needed thousands of people at.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Because you have a focused goal there.
Yes, you do.
And
That's right.
you have an attainable goal.
Yeah.
Because everyone nowadays loves cancel culture. There's your fucking opportunity to cancel someone. Instead of trying to cancel poor old Garen or cancel Protein Bar, we'll talk about that next.
No, I'll tell you what we'll talk about. We'll get to Mr. Ginger Nut. What's it called? Do you remember the protest with the pensioners?
Yes.
Right? Here's how protest is effective, right? Government comes out with this thing, we're docking you a fiver. Pensioners go fucking berserk. They say, no, you're not.
Yeah.
That is not happening. They all head to Dublin.
Yeah.
They do their protest, right? Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael look out the window and there's Zimmer frames and wheelchairs and grey-haired men and women and they go, fuck.
They panic because they're voter base.
They all vote.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And there was one thing, it's one issue, it's a $5 a week, lads, and all of a sudden they go, just fix that. Whereas today...
There's a litany of stuff is wrong.
No, they were having an argument. RT or that was saying it's anti-migrant, and then the ones that are going, no, it's anti-government.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, fair enough. Anti-government. So what do we do? Just get rid of them, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, fair enough.
Can you give us the manifesto for
Who's going to run the whole social next week, and who's going to run the roads and that? I don't give a fuck. We just need rid of them. Yeah. It's like, all right, fair enough. Do you know, I'm a bit of an anarchist myself.
And
however, I have a garden spuds to eat. I don't know about the rest.
but that's where they lose people, unfortunately. And I will say it, and you know this as well, there's an awful bias from everywhere outside of the Pale against protesting in the Pale.
Yeah.
So when they see Ballymun says no, they all go, oh, sure, that's the flats, that's whatever.
Yeah.
People look down their nose at them. It's not nice, but it's a reality.
Ah, but sure, it's wrong.
Anyone who talks in a short clip online trying to promote the fact that their locality is getting invaded by migrants, but if they say, like, boys, you don't understand, like, they're coming down here and the fucking flats is getting blacked out with, lads, you know, and they say it like that,
yeah,
you stop listening, your mother stopped listening, your father stopped listening, and all your everyone else in the house stopped listening.
That's right.
It's an unfortunate fact. Whereas if they come out and they go, guys, we'd like to just tell you that here in Ranelagh, they're moving.
Yeah, but I'll tell you,
we don't want it here.
Yeah, but
then they're fucking.
Yeah,
listening.
but the fella from Ranelagh won't do it.
No, he won't do it.
Well,
I know that.
Wait till you hear. But I'll tell you, this
The
is.
other people are salt to the earth, like.
But the point about
I
it
love
is,
them for it, like. But
Morris, I'm telling you. Do you remember that South Dublin hotel a couple of weeks ago or something?
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
going to be nice, and then it wasn't.
It wasn't, yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because the guy in Ranelagh went, Jordan, how's things, my man? I'm pretty good at that. Listen, I need you to lawyer up here. They're on about moving migrants down the road from my house.
Yeah.
Can't fucking have that, Jordan.
Hey, we need Andy Quirk to do. Do you know Damo and Ivor?
Yeah, that's it. Here, Jordan, write up a letter there, will you? That's what happened. They're not out protesting or that. They're just get on to their lawyer. And I'll tell you what happened there is whoever the iPass guy or whoever it is, they just get hit with 700 filed lawsuits at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a combined effort, and then that's it. It's
Close
quietly done.
And it always comes back to the man who's probably made one of the best speeches, I think, on Irish TV in a lot of ways, was that actor who said on the Late Late Show that time, it's the precipice of how the working class are looking at the upper class and the upper class but the working class are fighting amongst ourselves for resources.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I'm on about?
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the best little speeches, and it summed it up perfectly, like.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's the guys in tracksuits are looking at other guys in tracksuits thinking that they're taking something from them, and it's not the case, like.
No. I'm sure it's the whole thing there with the purple and blue-haired brigade and
Did you see
them roaring.
Did you see the video today? We tard, you tard, retards. Did you see them outside the fucking doll? No?
No.
That's what I always call them, you tard, we tard. And if you write it right on social media, they can't delete the comment. Have you never seen me do it, no?
No.
All the time I do it, yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. I need to get more in the loop with things, so I do.
Darren, just to note, I think you have to delete when I say retard.
All right.
On YouTube, yeah. Apparently so.
Fuck. Oh.
Yeah. Think so, yeah. Oh.
We're terrible.
You need to just have the button ready. Like, beep.
But we don't.
I know, yeah.
And Darren will be very annoyed that he has to edit one thing out.
Sorry, normally I'm more conscious. There is certain words for YouTube are no-nos.
Is there?
Yeah.
I think they just don't monetize it or something then. But
Yeah, there's something.
But you'll monetize me fucking hole.
Hey, do you see how...
Oh, no, me €4 is taken.
Do you see how strong TikTok has got now lately?
What, people watching?
With the AI judging a video before it's really even up.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So all my videos go into review and then they usually get deleted. Then what I can do is go back in, repost, and put a slight bit of music just slightly playing.
Yeah.
Enough that you can't really hear it, but enough that it fucks up AI listening.
Okay. Ha.
And the next thing I've learned lately about it is, I thought I was a great lad not deleting comments on it.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, because I didn't delete all the negative comments towards myself, my video got deleted. So I gave people freedom of speech and my speech was taken.
Well, there's another thing, the report comments thing.
Yeah.
I put up one day and everyone was just saying, you're a wanker, this, that,
and they all go into a report box and
I
you have to
didn't-
release them. Like.
And I didn't bother. But we'll say, what's it called? Some poor woman must have reported the post and says, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Poor old James is getting it from every
Yeah,
angle.
yeah.
And the video was taken
I
down.
know, yeah.
And I went, why is this reviewer that? And they basically says, oh, well, it's been reported by this person that, it's abusive to you. And I was like, I don't care.
I know.
Do you know? So if you're out there and you think that I'm getting it from all angles, I don't care.
No, we don't. We genuinely don't
I
care.
don't care.
Like, and again, ginger nuts. Like, sure, that video had 500,000 views and it got deleted. And I was
What? Listen to me. I wasn't paying enough attention to this. All that I know is there's a ginger lad from Leitrim who seems to be doing reviews of
puts
Chinese.
on a very
clothes.
eccentric country accent.
I don't think he does.
Oh, that's Pawan.
No.
There's lads he went to school with messaging me going, that cunt don't sound like that.
But I get that as well. And the only thing is, I had a fellas and going to school and know this is actually, if you get them full of drink, it's actually worse. Do you know?
Yeah.
But I would have thought it.
Well, we can clarify to people, I can do a Dublin accent because I grew up in Dublin.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's funny, if I talk to one of the lads on the phone, they say it comes in and out.
Oh, yeah.
It's different language as in certain words.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't say the Finnish to one of the lads up in Dublin.
Yeah.
You know, or I wouldn't say that's, you know, whatever. There's certain key phrases.
Yes.
And it's funny because I lived around Montpellier for so long. I have certain key phrases from around that area. Like I'd say scan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
If you said that in Dublin or Tip to be, what?
Yeah.
You know, but it's funny, and I have sisters, and it's funny, they're the same way. It's just whatever the way we pick up dialects or something.
Yeah.
It just naturally changes in now. It's strange that way, but no, he's full of shit apparently. Few people told me that.
Right, so he's from Leitrim.
He's
putting on a Leitrim accent.
Strongly.
And
he likes trying on different jerseys every day.
Yeah.
Parading himself on TikTok. I bought this today.
What's he doing wrong, Maurice? Get to the point. What's he doing wrong, Mr. Protein Boar?
Well, he thought that he was going to come out and save us all from ourselves by introducing the promotion of the Leprechaun Law, which is kind of a satirical version of the hate speech bill.
Okay.
Because apparently leprechauns have more rights than people in Ireland. That's literally the quote off their advert. I'm weird like that. I can always remember, you know, how it goes. So he was at the protest. He got decked in the photo, the group photo. He got copped. All the people who are obviously very fond of our free speech that's that cunt.
Yeah.
Right? And then loads of people had sent it to me. Do you see this prick, whatever? Michael of Think About This.
Yeah.
Got a video up. I put a video up. And I just stated the facts. I was like, I helped promote the petition against free speech. It doesn't mean I've done anything for free speech. I've helped influence people about the topic. I went to the thing up in the RDS that time. I've, you know, talked about it a fair bit. And I tracked who was behind Lad Bible. I tracked who was behind the media company that was behind that company. And I just put it all in a nice video that TikTok haven't taken down because they can't argue with it because it was
factual. Yeah.
Whereas I lost the run of myself in the other one, but that's a different story. So anyway, I decked him with that one. Loads of people then got on the trend as they do on social media. Oh, yeah. It's like a load of people in a room. Oh, over here. Do you know?
Yeah.
So then everyone started attacking him. It got out of hand, and he just lost the run of himself and come online and berated people. He goes, racist, homophobe, bigots. He just called
bigots. I was listening. Because I wasn't too concerned about it. I was just like, listen, the Ginger Buck went to Dublin. Fair play to him.
But in the first video, I was sound to him.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I was sound. I was like, James, just think about what you're saying here.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I literally said. I was like, do you realize that you yourself are about to restrict your own speech because hate speech cannot be defined?
No.
So if I deem that you're being hateful towards me, it's hate speech. Same way, if we question the price of the bike shed, it's hate speech.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain. So I was very methodical and fair, I thought. I might have given a few jibs and jabs here and there at him, but it was fair sparring, right? He came back, he gave his big fucking rundown. Somebody rang me and they're like, that cunt is a video up, get your video up now. I was, after having a very bad day, was in bad form, was under time pressure to be somewhere else. I ran out throwing a clean t-shirt, trying to get the oily hands on it, and I just bashed it out in one video. Wasn't my best performance.
Yes.
But I got the general gist of it. And I didn't hear squeak off him since, but I was just tagging him in the comments, whatever, and it blew up like.
But
he's gone into hiding pretty much since, except for putting up a very questionable video the other day about himself and another fella in the car.
Seen that?
And what happens when you mistake the gear stick for something else?
Yeah, seen that.
Did you see that? That's
I'll be honest about it. It was very homoerotic.
Yeah.
And I thought, you were.
But that's the trend amongst all that crew.
It is because they're too daft to realise that the whole LGBT thing is over.
Mm-hmm.
They just can't cop it. Do you know? No. I'll tell you the truth now. If you want to branch out into making serious money for yourself, Bible bashing is the way to go at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way to go
Everyone
at the moment.
has Psalms in their bio.
Oh, yeah.
1826. May God walk before you because no one else will. Do you know, like, this is the shit they're watching. This is the shit they're writing, like.
It's like, Do you know, you're in your early 20s and let's say the single mother brought you home, you were guaranteed to see Live, Laugh, Love.
Yeah,
on the mantelpiece.
But they all have it up. I love my follower base, and what I love more is there's lots of people who follow me who don't like me.
Yeah.
And what I really like about online, because as I said, I'm not someone to really delete something bad. There's something very, very personal involving somebody else.
Yeah.
They wrote in the comment.
Yeah.
Or if like somebody, I've had people write before, how does your fucking boss allow you to be associated with him in any way? And they could name him, say.
Yeah.
That comment's getting deleted purely because you put his name in it.
Yeah.
And you're a local troll.
Yeah.
But I don't know your identity.
Yeah.
I have a very good video going to come out soon about a troll.
Oh. We have to look forward to
We
this.
can give a snippet of it on this. Don't troll someone if you've ever been in a group chat with them, if you've ever had to deal with them as a customer or anything else. Because the unfortunate fact for you is your phone gives away your identity whether you hit it or not.
I don't think people understand the concept of IP addresses.
I got so I do my Q&As and somebody put in, it's about 7 or 8 Q&A things, but it's the one statement, but they had to put it in because it shortens it, obviously.
Yeah.
And they really went to town. Real personal shit. And I suppose they think I'll never post this, but I will. I will, and I'm going to answer it. But I know who this person is, and since they wrote that, I've actually met them in person.
Yeah. I had my first burglary from the honesty box.
Again, did that not happen before?
No, it just blew away. So it did.
Oh.
But anyways, I gave them the benefit of the doubt for a week, and then I drove up, and I says, "How are you doing?" I says, "I think you done a fill and run." And he goes, "What?" I says, "You forgot to pay for your eggs, mate." And he goes, "Oh." You fucking well.
I know, yeah.
But I had it before with another chap, and
it's a big thing going on though. These honesty boxes getting fleeced.
Oh, listen, mate, eggs, price of eggs. Do you know what I mean?
But even the card machine ones are getting broke into.
Really?
For the eggs, though, like not for the fucking money. This is what I was laughing at.
Hey, listen, this is where the real assets are starting to be seen now at the moment. You know, one time it was ATMs, now it's fucking egg boxes. And the egg box, we're not making it difficult enough for them. You know, one time you needed an old 13-ton Hitachi to move an ATM.
I think you need to leave a sample box on the counter with them.
With a hand
let them be a month long. I done an awful thing to the cat lately. See, I have all the eggs in the kitchen. Of course, I always have more eggs than what's needed. But I try to have somewhat of a filing system to keep in track on, you know, that they don't go beyond 2 weeks, say, yeah?
Yeah.
But anyway, I must have had an egg that was getting through, like.
Yes.
And I cracked it for the cat. Never looked, just literally cracked like that in the bowl. And next thing, the fucking nostrils blew off me like I was after sniffing smelling salts.
Oh, there's nothing worse.
This cunt ate it and let it shriek out.
Oh, the poor
It was
cat.
gone. Do you know like when it's gone browny green?
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
not nice. Do you ever put them in the lime? You do that in the lime water, innit?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
to
they
make it
say
last for fucking
9,
ages.
10 months, yeah.
They say cover them in butter. Isn't that another thing?
Yeah.
I think that seals the shell or
It has
something.
to be warm. It has to be literally warm from the hen's arse.
Oh,
It has to melt. But you can't.
and it glazes it or something, Darren.
You have to keep watching them, so to say.
It was probably easier those when they were sitting in the cage beside the fire.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah.
I can just imagine you there, half a pound of curry gold ready to go.
You be there with your hands under two, and it's always the one in the middle that drops and you missed.
Yeah, it happened to me the other day. Now it was absolutely hilarious. I thought I had one that was clocking. Do you know what it was?
I have 2 bitches at the moment trying to do it. I won't let them. Yeah, go on.
Do you know a few chickies?
No, not this time of the year, and not when the cats share the coop with the chickens. 'Cause
Right.
they won't.
They won't go for the hen.
Well, my hens are spicy, we'll say.
Yeah.
But if they seen a chick, that's like a shrew or a mouse to them. They're going to kill it. Like, so I'd need to house them. And like,
Yeah, you'd have to have a separate pen and all
I
that.
like full-grown chickens to arrive on the farm, not to be minding them little yolks, because it's always depressing when you start off at like 8
12, yeah.
and next thing there's one,
Yeah.
and you just go, like, I only went to work. How did you lose them all in the day? Like, do you know?
Yeah, it's sad. So
Yeah.
What's it called? But anyways, I thought your one was clocking. And you know Michael P. Darren, I said to Mike, because I had no cockerel out with them. I says, "Jeez," I says, "You'd hardly have fertilized eggs." He says, "Oh yeah, no bother at all. Put them over there. I think we put 10 in a tire ready for her to go."
Yeah.
And I just literally picked her up and an egg just dropped out of her. She wasn't clocking at all. She was just having difficulty with this monstrosity.
She was a bit blocked up.
That was it, yeah. And that was it. I was like, you're not in to be pregnant. You're just filled with an egg. So yeah.
I have one hen. She's a devil for the double yolks.
Oh, they're great. I like a double yolk
But
egg.
like, I do feel sorry for her every time I see this egg.
They're big.
Because she's beating the turkey on the size of the egg, like.
Oh.
Like that's one of them ones where you'd be on the side of the bog going, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
I was there on Tik Tok one day and I felt very sorry for it. It was the budgie.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that is a fair old push.
Yeah.
Do you ever see a budgie's egg?
No.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's a sight to behold.
I was very happy. I put up 5 nests in boxes a week and a half ago, and they've all got nests in them already for the birds in the yard.
Oh, lovely. And are the swallows or
I
sparrows?
didn't manage to figure out. I haven't had time to kind of sit and watch yet. But I just got up on a ladder the other day and just, peeped the eye in. And they're all full of moss. That's what they're using for the bedding, like, There's gas how quick they are, like.
I watched, I shouldn't laugh, but I have a dark sense of humour.
Join the club.
Out in Africa someplace or that, and they had this little baby antelope or whatever it was.
Right.
And it had broke its leg.
Oh.
And they brought it home and they bandaged it up. They were playing with it in the garden. Everything was going really well. So this, it's not really like he wants to run free. It's not right having him here in the garden. This is like a Tik Tok family, Yeah. So anyways, they brought him to the safari park to let him go. I mean, literally, he had gone 10 foot when a leopard jumped out of it. I buried myself laughing. I was like, welcome to the jungle. That's how it happens, man. So it is. But it was the fact that it had taken months to get him back.
Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but
on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they have documented everything.
Wow.
There's the kids feeding him with the bottle, and but we decided that he needed to run free.
The disappointment, imagine, huh?
Oh, it'd be a real kick in the balls.
It's like those people letting off pigeons at a wedding, and they throw it up and it just
yeah, hits an electric wire or something like that.
Yeah. Puff.
So what's the plan for the rest of the year, Maurice? Tired all the time. You'll be busy now for the summer.
Yeah, coming into the next week or two now, when lads start cutting grass, it'll get right busy. But we are busy all the time. It's a big outfit. There's a lot of us on the road every day, and we're constantly travelling further and further. So yeah, tire fitting. I've cows to calve, hoping they're all in calf because I didn't bother scanning this year, and as they look like they're in calf.
Yeah,
I haven't given them the bump yet. I'll give them the bump now shortly to be certain.
See,
but sure, at the end of the day, there's no point crying now if they're not.
Yeah,
you just deal with it and go on.
Just go to the next season, start again, try again. That's all you
can.
do.
I don't get too upset or excited about the whole thing. It's basically only a hobby at this stage, anyway.
Well, we're going to finish up the YouTube part because I am dying for a piss, Mr. Morris.
That's fair enough.
And hopefully we'll move to the Patreon then for a little while after that. So
yes.
Thank you for everything, Morris.
No bother.
Bye-bye. Join us on Patreon. Thank you.
Still to come in part 2 of the show.
Massive in Ireland. Like, there's a website there, like, everyone in Ireland knows about Escort Ireland. Like,
yeah.
They're not there for dates.
No.
Like, back to the whole Bonnie Blue carry on and where it's going, it's just getting worse, isn't it?
It's very bad. Look, we round them up.
Yeah.
And it's just cold turkey. You're put in a prison.
Yeah.
That's it. You're off the crack, mate.
Yeah.
There's no therapy.
If you walk there with a Western woman, like, I'm not too bad. I'm pretty tanned, I've black hair.
It's the rape capital of the world.
Yeah. And the thing is, there are lads in their daily lives no different than me.
Yeah,
Ireland's full of them. They're not documenting it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, most people are on contraception until they get married. Then they try for kids.
Yeah.
And the most likely time for a divorce at the moment is 6 months into